Hey everyone, this is Sakala once again, aka Jurassic Godzilla fan. Welcome back to another review. And this time, I'm going to be reviewing, uh, well, over the time over the years I watched this because since I love dinosaurs, you know. Of course, my all-time favorite movie is Jurassic Park, which is everybody would say the best dinosaur film of all time. Um, love the sequels 2 and 3, and hopefully I'm looking forward to the new upcoming reboot called Jurassic World. But after seeing Jurassic Park, I loved that film ever since I was a kid. Then I also saw a film that was it was called there was another dinosaur film that came out like a month before Jurassic Park did in '93, and this was Carnosaur. Now, Carnosaur, like I said, it was also another dinosaur film that was released in 1993 in May, a month before Jurassic Park did. Um, well, of course, it was released on a limited release, you know, so it would do with a limited release, and it was also a very cheap budgeted film, so. It had like $1 million budget, and during its release, it made like a little over $1 million, million something. So it matched its budget. So, but the Carnosaur films, it was yeah. But when I watched that, I watched it after. Sorry, I'm just starting my words again. Carnosaur films, after I know Jurassic Park is anywhere near this film is. No, this film will never touch Jurassic Park. Fact, this film will never touch Jurassic Park. So I'm going to say this: this film ain't way no better than Jurassic Park. Not even this much. There's no space in between my fingers, so that's just nothing. But I will say though, honestly, as bad as the films and the sequels, I do like Carnosaur. I really do, cause I do like there are cheap low budget films I do enjoy. So this is one of them. Especially as budget and it's dinosaurs in it, because I love dinosaurs. So, but this is right off the bat. Even though yes, I do like the film. So. You can, you know, hey, that's all we like bad films, you know. There's a lot. Believe me, I've seen a lot worse than this. Like, but as my previous reviews, like Jaws for the Revenge, I would still say this is better than Jaws for the Revenge. Even though, like I said, there was a couple of things teensy bit of things I liked about Jaws for the Revenge. That doesn't matter. This film is way better than Jaws for the Revenge. I always even say this is better than Jaws 3. Yeah, as I said, Jaws 3 in my review of Jaws 3, I said it was cheesy, but this is, I would say it was a lot better than Jaws 3, and it's way better than Jaws for the Revenge. So I'm saying that right now. And this was now Carnosaur. This was based on a novel. Here, this is the original novel of Carnosaur. There you go. This is the original book by Harry Adam Knight. Now, I read the book, and I do enjoy the book. I do enjoy the book. Like I said, I've read the book to Jurassic Park. I really love the book and the sequel, The Lost World. Love those books. Those are my favorite books I've read. I've read them 100 times. And I still love it. And I do like this book. I do. But there are major differences between the book and this. Where in the book, it takes place in the UK, in England, whereas in this film it takes place in the U.S. somewhere up in I would say it looked like it was the northern U.S. So there's a difference number one there. In the UK, U.S. But of course there was the same thing. There was a scientist who wanted to make dinosaurs to take over the world. Okay, there was the same thing in this though. But like when the dinosaurs, but there was more dinosaurs in this. It wasn't more just than just a T-Rex or a Deinonychus, similar to a Velociraptor. A Deinonychus in this. There was more dinosaurs in this, but I can't remember what the other dinosaurs were. But only in this film there was only just a T-Rex and Deinonychus. That was it. There was more dinosaurs in this, but there was only two in this. There's another difference. And in the book, when people would get killed, though, people say that it was a tiger, like escaped from a zoo that did it. They thought it was a tiger that was killing these people. Where also in well, sort of not in here, they said it was a bobcat. And the leads in this book was a journalist. And here was I forgot there were two people in this and two people in this. One here, I know one here was a journalist, but I forgot who the other person was. I forgot, but I know the other one was a journalist. So in fact, let me just quickly just give it a quick look. Hold on, give me a second. I'm just slow loading. Yeah, it took place in Cambridgeshire, England. They thought it was a Siberian tiger that was killing the people. The lead was a person named Passel, I think. I think he's the journalist, or was it a woman? I couldn't remember. Passel and Jenny. Those are the two leads in the book. One of them was the journalist, and one was Passel was Jenny was the lead guy, Passel's ex-girlfriend, and Passel was a journalist, and Jenny was a reporter in this. So a journalist and a reporter. But in here, there was a night watch and what was it called? A protest. The girl was a protest. Like a hippie protest. With a protest against this certain thing. Yeah. So that's the difference of the novel. And the ending and of course I know the ending was different in the novel. So there was a lot of differences between the novel and the movie, though. So I do enjoy the book, and I also do like this movie, despite its bad, cheesy, low budgetness. I know that right off the bat, because even when I was a kid, I would know, because back then I didn't know much about movies. But as I learned and all the knowledge, about stuff like this. So yeah. It's directed by a guy. The film is directed by Adam Simon, and he directed this film, but he also directed films I haven't heard of, like Brain Dead. He directed a film called Brain Dead. No, but it's not the one that Peter Jackson directed. He directed a film called Brain Dead, but it was also called Dead Alive. So those two names of those. But he directed a film called Brain Dead, which was not related, but it was not related to Peter Jackson's film. And this film, Brain Dead, from 1990, that one stars actually, wow, Bill Pullman and Bill Paxton. Wow, two known actors in this film. And he directed this film. He directed a film called Bones. No. Sorry, he didn't direct a film. He was also a writer. He was a writer on a film called Bones. But he was also, surprisingly, a writer on the 2009 film The Haunting in Connecticut. I've seen The Haunting in Connecticut, and I thought it was all right. So I was like, wow, the director Carnosaur was a writer on The Haunting in Connecticut. Wow. And he was also a producer. He was also Yeah, he was also a producer, and he produced this the Sylvester Stallone film called Lockup. So wow, director Carnosaur. He was a writer on The Haunting in Connecticut. He was also a co-producer on the Sylvester Stallone film Lockup. Wow. And of course, the film that came out got negative. Of course, like I said, negative reception. You know, critics has 11% on Rotten Tomatoes. I do understand that, yeah. But critics hated it. You know, Roger Ebert, Siskel and Ebert. Roger Ebert, he didn't like this film, but surprisingly, Gene Siskel, he liked this film. Surprisingly, it says this, and of course, on the cover here has some good notices. Here's what Gene Siskel said right here on the top of this top quote right there. Thumbs up, terrific. Thumbs up, terrific. I like this movie. That's what Gene Siskel said, which doesn't surprise me. Okay, unless I like Gene Siskel. May he rest in peace. And Roger Ebert too, even though he hated this film. Chris Gore, film threat. It ain't no walk in the park. Tony Tempone from Fangoria. Awesome. These dinosaurs have bite. Yeah. As also as all this as a bad film. Yeah, all right. I would say it's an awesome, but as an awesomely bad. You know. I do. It's just it's, of course if every person who likes movies a lot. There's always gonna be a certain bad film that is so bad that you just can't help but love them. This is one of them for me, especially because I like dinosaurs. So yeah, I have a few bad but good films. It's so bad, so good films. This is definitely one of them. And also, show you there. There's the poster. I got the poster right there. Fact here. So let me scoot this. So let me scoot this up and just give me a second here. There you go. I even got this. The very large poster of Carnosaur. Oops. Sorry about that. I almost slipped out my hands. Trying to get a good view of this. There you go. And I thought this was a really good poster, and I got this off of eBay. Drink. And there was even more quotes on here on the DVD. This one doesn't. I know for sure that this one doesn't have Roger Ebert's comment on this poster, but it still says Tony Tempone of Fangoria. He still had the same comment, but there was a little bit more, which is down here. Trying to get this in the right angle. There you go. Even says like down here. Down here, it says awesome. These dinosaurs have bite, and that's what it said on the cover. But there was more to it though. It says, "This is the dinosaur movie. This is the dinosaur movie to see if you like your raw, extremely rare." Yeah, because dinosaurs don't bother eating different temperatures of meat. Yeah, they'll just eat straight raw. Yeah. Top here. Film Thread magazine. Lean and mean. Carnosaur is exactly what a dinosaur movie should be. It ain't no walk in the park. Chris Gore. That's that ain't no walk in the park he said on the DVD cover, but there was more to it. The dinosaur movie that you should see. Well, fortunately not, because it got limited release and nobody hardly even saw it. And here in the middle. Carnosaur is a big, growling good time. Diane Ladd will chill you to the bone. Dr. Donald Reed, the Academy of Science Fiction and Horror Films. Which says even down here, well, you can't see it. It's even, like, expanded, yeah, right here. See this little mark right here, down the bottom? Yeah, Dr. Donald Reed is for the Academy of Science Fiction and Horror Films, and it says here he got the Golden Scroll Award. Wow, at least this film was, in their eyes, was good enough to get that, and a lot of critical, positive comments. Even even though here I totally disagree on this one. It's on the very top right here. The great bestseller becomes the motion picture event of the year. Yeah, right. Because like a month later, Jurassic Park came out. That was the biggest movie of that year. I don't know who said that part there, but that is not the biggest motion picture event of the year. If it did, it would not get limited release. It should have been worldwide, and it should have made more money on that. It's a great bestseller. I do like the book, but yeah, but at least the critics at least these critics here like the film. Even Gene Siskel, you know. So, and yeah, and Diane Ladd. You've wondered about Diane Ladd. Yeah, she stars in this. She's the scientist. So I'm just gonna put this back right here. There you go. So I got the poster. I got that off of eBay. So yeah. Yeah. So yeah, Diane Ladd stars in this. From wherever I remember, she was in Stephen King's Kingdom Hospital. I think that was called Kingdom Hospital. I remember she stalled. She was in this this drama film called I think it was called Gracie's Choice, where starring of Anne Heche. She played as Diane Ladd played as Anne Heche's mother. Yeah, if you haven't heard of that film, it's more of a for LMN the LMN channel, Gracie's Choice. And I know she was in another film, I forget. And if I remember, and as far as it says right here, Rambling Rose and Wild at Heart. I haven't heard of those films. And as far as I remember, Diane Ladd, her daughter is actually actress Laura Dern, which would later be in Jurassic Park, and October Sky and etc. Yeah. I do want to get that right. I think I know that. I think I know that. I think I do know that. Yes, Laura Dern. That's yeah. Her mother. That's Diane Ladd's mother. Yeah. It's funny because she starred in this film, and a month later, her daughter goes and stars in Jurassic Park. I thought it was fun. I thought that was funny. So yeah. So yeah. I'm already 18 minutes. I haven't talked 18 minutes of the plot. I haven't even talked about the film yet. So let's get started. So it starts off with Diane Ladd's character. She's a scientist at this poultry farm, as I could say. She working with chickens, and I guess she invests like some mix of like dinosaur DNA in these chicken eggs. One hatches and one dinosaur escapes. A Deinonychus, which is similar to the Velociraptor. So it hides in this back of this truck for a chicken truck, and it attacks the driver. And then the next thing it kills is these three teenagers in a Jeep. Like one stepped outside, to take a leak, and then attacks him, and attacks the other two in the car. And you see, even though even shows right here, I want to expand this. Even though they're puppets, but it was also I thought it was pretty good, but by John Carl Bilger. That's him right there, and he's holding one of the Carnosaur puppets that you saw in the movie, the Deinonychus puppet. I thought it was pretty good, even for a cheap $1 million budget. So yeah, John Carl Bilger, he's a good creature designer, which he directed Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood. But and that's why I give props to. That's why, because yeah, the puppets may be cheap looking, but I still say I like these better than these. I like these effects better than stuff on Sci-Fi. Yeah, I keep on saying that because every time I watch stuff on Sci-Fi, those who's saying those effects and the stories, the crazy stories, I buy stuff like this better than that on Sci-Fi. You know. That's why I guess because I like this. I guess if the effects in these look much better than stuff on Sci-Fi. That's why I keep on saying it. It just amazes me. So yeah, and um then you get the guy the actor Raphael Sbarge, SB Spard I think. Um I think since he didn't really go on to much to do stuff, and there was another he's a night watch at this construction site, you know, and these protesters, led by the lead protester played by Jennifer Runyon, as a woman named Thrush, funny name. Um, and yet Harrison Page as the sheriff, Harrison Page, I liked Harrison Page in this. I saw him in thought I saw him in another film, and then I know he made an appearance in Tremors the series. He made an appearance in an episode of that. The episode with with the Ass Blaster. So okay, cool. You know, he made an appearance in Tremors the series in an episode with the episode of the Ass Blaster Blast from the Past. He was in that episode. Okay, cool. You know, and I liked him in this film as the sheriff. And of course they got Diane Ladd as the scientist. Got Clint Howard. Clint Howard is in this. Clint Howard is, you know, he's been a lot of, well, his roles are mainly small roles in a lot of films. Of course, he made small appearances in his brother's films. His brother, director Ron Howard. Yeah, he's the younger brother to director Ron Howard. He's made small appearances in his films. You know, like in Apollo 13 or The Dilemma. You know, telling Vince Vaughn, you know, those plants are poisonous. Yeah, he's in this as a guy named Fryer. Some of these names, you know. You know, it's like Clint Howard. He made his at the start of the beginning. You know, as they're packing up these chickens in the truck. You know, he's like, never seen such nervous chickens. You know. That's the guy. What do you think? I mean, they smell rain, or else the sky's falling. This is his voice. You know, this makes me laugh. You know. Yeah. So I liked Clint Howard. It was more of a his role in this was more of a I guess in a supporting role. I guess it was much more of a role than he had in his other small appearances in films. As a new, so the watch the night watch Raphael Barge tells the process to go away. You know. Then it cuts to I think and it cuts to another like more a conversation with some people, you know, talking in in some place, I guess in a facility. I don't know what place they're at. They're just talking like I think there are other scientists. So they're just talking, you know, talking. I honestly when they're sitting with some other people talking in a conversation, I just skip through that, you know, because I didn't care about those people. Then like the next victim, I guess it gets killed. I would say. Oh yeah. Because the reason why they say the protesters, they're protesting against the construction site because they said the lead girl says that this was like once like a breeding ground for dinosaurs. You know, 65 million years, and this will be the place where they come here to breed. I think. And they're like, and then the one night they're back on the property, the constructor property. They have themselves chained up to the machinery and such, you know. And then Deinonychus walks up, you know, and this guy, he's sitting on top of one of them. He's just like this, and then he looks up and looks at it and goes like this, "Greetings, green brother." There's another another site that I go to called Shit Case Cinema. I thought it was pretty fun when the guy named John, who does the reviews of those, um, he's like, yeah, what? So you see a 10-foot extinct dinosaur, and you just go greetings, green brother to it. What the fuck were you smoking on set? Yeah. I just thought that was also very laughing. You see a dinosaur, and all of a sudden you see a live dinosaur, you know what it is, and all of a sudden you just go greetings, green brother to it. What do you think? It's gonna come in peace, you know? No, it goes and attack. It goes and attacks him, you know, and rips off his hand, you know. You see his hand ripped off, attacks the chain, and it bites the guy's face off, you know. Okay, and as I say, even for cheats, I thought like the gores, the kills him, it's pretty gory, you know. Let's say like a guy bites a guy's face off, and you see his face like just full of blood, you know, and you see no eyes, you know, and then and goes and attacks this girl who's trying to kick it away, you know, and it bites her leg off though. But and also from the dinosaur's point of view, we see nothing but like a green, like a night vision, you know, it was all green, you know. But if you, I noticed it, but it took me like a second to like, what was that? When you see from the dinosaur's point of view, where it's supposedly like it has this yank on the girl's leg, if you freeze frame it, actually if it would be on this side, if you're watching, if you freeze frame from this corner, you would actually see that it's a human hand that's pulling on the girl's leg. If you freeze frame it, if it's on the dinosaur's point of view. Well, yeah, I was like, wow, you know. Yeah, actually have some human hand actually pulling on the girl's leg. But then it comes back to and the rest of the dinosaurs actually pulling on the leg and rips the girl's leg off. And this rips the girl's leg off, okay, and I noticed, I just love how when she notices her leg's gone, she just stops screaming, you know, not screaming in pain or anything, she got her leg ripped off, though. But, you know, yeah, it's a bad film, though, but I still find this entertaining, I still find this entertaining because it's a dinosaur film, and, you know, it's just a cheap, budgeted, you know, the puppets, I thought they looked good, you know, but, you know, I'll get to that in a second. But then coming next to it, there was also a game where these two guys who are working for Diane Ladd, they're just looking for it at the beginning. You know, they see the chicken egg and it scratches one guy. You know, well the two are driving, they see it, and the dinosaur door just breaks through the windshield. You know, and it takes one guy. If I look like, you know, will take just one guy, and it comes back and it takes a bite out of another guy, the driver, and it's like, you know. Then then it comes back to there was this also scene with the sheriff Harrison Page. You know, he was gonna cook breakfast. And he gets like eggs from the poultry farm. You know, when he okay, that was kind of a gross thing because, you know, when he opens the egg, it's like all black. You know, the yolk is all black. You know, instead of egg white, it's just egg black. So he puts one aside, cracks another one, same thing. And then he actually knocks another egg over, and then he sees on came out of the egg was a tiny little baby dinosaur in it. He's like, what is that, you know? And then later on, you know, he takes it to the local doctor who has been examining the dead bodies, and he knows it's grown just a little, has grown just like a little bit, you know. And then it cuts to after the egg scene, you know, then it cuts to Clint Howard, you know, who's for some reason just wandering into the chicken farm, you know, eating. Yeah, he's walking into a chicken farm and he's eating fried chicken, a bucket of fried chicken. Ha ha ha! I thought, yeah, that's supposed to be funny. He's walking into a chicken farm while he's eating fried chicken. Yeah. But he sees a dead chicken on the floor, and all of a sudden, the sun just like the dinosaur just is hanging. Somebody you see it's like hanging upside down, waiting for him. You know, then bites his head off. Bites it off. Okay, he bites his head off, and like you see as he bites his head off, you see like streams of like veins or arteries, you know, pulling as he's pulling his head off. Okay. And some of these kills, some of the kills I thought that were pretty decent. You know, pretty decent gory effects. You know. And then also, and that Raphael's his character. His name, by the way, Raphael Barge. It's a Barge. His name is Doc. When I say that, his name is Doc. So Doc, when he finds the girl who on the construction site, he finds all the dead bodies, those protesters. She's still alive because she was hiding in the cab of one of them. But takes her into his trailer as she's resting. So she wants to go. Doc wants to go to the facility. Finds the dead of the driver worker who was working for the Diane Ladd. Takes her goes to the facility and goes dressed up in the uniform and goes to Diane Ladd thinking because she wants before she wanted that thing dead. He's like, oh look, I got it. It's right here in a body bag. She lets him in and it says it was the dead guy instead. It's a surprise. Goes in and tells him everything of what her whole plot is. She wants to make dinosaurs to rule the earth once again. She wanted to make dinosaurs so they could rule the earth once again, because she thought that humans that they deserve to destroy this planet themselves. The plot, yeah, it's just dumb, but yeah, the plot is dumb though, but what her scheme was, breed dinosaurs, let them rule the earth once again. That's basically what her whole scheme was. And the Doc's like, so you want to give the earth back to the dinosaurs? And he's like, that's fabulous. Make a great theme park. Yeah, theme park, yeah. Jurassic Park. Make a great theme park. I'm trying to remember what will happen next. Oh, before that, yeah, because he wants to find that there was a cure, because if there was a virus, there would be a cure, because the whole virus is the whole town has been getting all the whole town's been getting like fevers and stuff, most of the women, and when they would get impregnated and they would give birth to dinosaurs, so that's how lower the population of the species, get rid of the female so they can't produce humans, so they produce dinosaurs, and they would, that hopefully they would depopulate the earth. Like there was another story talk with the scientists, because they said that it would spread fast, and by the next month it will lose I don't know something percentage of the human population. I don't remember what. As I said, I don't care what those scientists people say. With the soldiers, they would shoot anybody, whether they're sick or not. They would just go and shoot everybody. But he gets Doc. He gets the antidote, and he runs to the tunnels. Earlier, because she has a T-Rex, and she has this sort of flashing beam, and so the T-Rex is frozen. But it can move its head though, but the rest of the body will be frozen. Earlier, she had this guy who was working for her, because one of the victims was her daughter, those 3 kids in the Jeep. There was one girl. It was the daughter of this guy named Jesse. She goes to tell him that it was her only child, and she said she lied to him, saying that she was alive. Goes down the tunnels maybe to see her, but she basically kills him by letting the T-Rex loose and killing him. And when he tries to go through his laser gets caught in the side, and when the dinosaur takes him, part of his hand is cut off due to this red laser. And as I said, she has this code to unfreeze the dinosaur, because this beam that's above it keeps it in place. So when Doc goes down there, she releases the dinosaur and climbs up a ladder to the tunnels and escapes the facility. And the dinosaur bashes his head against the wall, the brick wall, to get out. And then Diane Ladd wishes she impregnated herself to give birth to a dinosaur, and that's how she dies. So she gives the rest of the antidote. Then cuts to the military soldiers at the doctor's office, shooting everybody and shooting the doctor. And for some reason, there was one of the soldiers that rushes in to take a picture. Why would they take pictures for? But then they found out the T-Rex is heading towards the construction site. Like I said, At first, this whole site was once a dinosaur breeding ground, so that's where the T-Rex is heading. So they use like these bulldozers to try to kill it. You know, because one has like a claw, like this. Um, they have two of them. The T-Rex tips one over with Doc in it. Um, then Thrush is in one of them. She like stabs in the leg, but then she passes out. Then Doc finished the T-Rex off by the the T-Rex's stomach open. And then he kills it by sort of giving it a push, saying, "I hate wildlife." Pushes it, and then it slowly dies. Takes her back in, and then the military comes in and shoots Doc, and then they burns the whole trailer up. Well, yeah. Oh, one thing I didn't mention before, the sheriff Harrison Page. I didn't mention this before. He was in his bed with his family, and he hears a noise, goes out in some part of town to investigate, and then there was a pet store, and there was a dead dog that was torn to bits, and he has a shotgun, like, "Show your face, goddamn!" And there was then the Deinonychus tries to get him from behind, but he quickly turns around and shoots him. You know, he slowly walks up towards it. He says, "I just want some peace and quiet." But then the Deinonychus, you know, with his big toe claw like a velociraptor, stabs him through the stomach from behind. You know, how I showed it. First it went up his ass and then out through his stomach like this, like that. Or like up here. But he was still alive enough to blow the Deinonychus' head off, and then that's how he dies. Yeah, I liked him though, but it was about he died because he was the only thing, you know. He was not enough. He was not enough to stop the whole thing though. But he killed the only dinosaur that was let loose, except before the T-Rex was. So that's why I missed that. So I just wanted to say that. Yeah, and then so yeah, there's no features except for trailers. Trailers of the films, the other Carnosaur films. It's on for an hour and 23 minutes. Wasn't on that long, so yeah. That's when you get this scene. See the T-Rex and with the bulldozer scene. Especially for $1 million budget for make a full size puppet like that, it doesn't look that bad. It's not as bad as everybody says, but if only the people who've seen the film. It has 11% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it was also produced by Roger Corman. He's produced a lot of cult classic horror films like Piranha and Humanoids from the Deep, Galaxy of Terror, and among others. So yeah, Roger Corman was producer. He was also producer on the other two sequels as well. And the film has a 3.3 on IMDb. That's understandable considering how bad the film is. But to me, I like this film. I really do. Yeah, it's bad, but it's a bad but good film. Especially for a cheap, low-budget film. The tagline, driven to extinction, back for revenge. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know more else more I could say. I do like Carnosaur. Yeah, even though it was a tremendous, it's not that to me it's not that of a bad cheap film. Because I've seen films that are much worse than this. There are films I've seen that are much worse than this. So yeah, I do. So like Roger Ebert, not Roger Ebert, he didn't like the film. Gene Siskel gave a thumbs up. So to me, considering that I like dinosaurs and there are some cheap budgeted films, you know, I do enjoy this film as a fun but cheap dinosaur film. I do enjoy this film. So I'm being honest. I do like this film. So anyway, this is Carnosaur, and I'll get to the other two sequels. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next sequel. Later.